All right, a key writing aspect when you're writing Claude code and you want to get a really good output for Claude code is clear specs. So this is like spec-driven development, essentially. So you want to specify your exact desires on the output, which provides the context of the agents as it works in the code base. Oh, we've got an example here. Let's check out what the example is really quick. Here we go. Here's one of the specs. Look at this spec. Okay. Yeah, okay. This is overkill. One of the recommendations for getting good results from Claude Code is writing a spec. This is too much, in my opinion. I mean, this is a little heavy. Look at this. I guess you can copy and paste it because he's open sourced this spec for us, and there's a lot of specs out there. I mean, this is too much. These models, they're kind of good, but they're not good enough to maintain this level of context because certain things will get lost. They'll lose some things. The attention's difficult to keep, and having too much context, the model is not going to be able to keep up. This spec is a little intense, for my opinion. Is there a different example here? Do we have a different one that maybe that's a little bit smaller? Nope, just as big. Okay. Well, this is neat. So you include the schema. It's good to include this in your application. You might not necessarily need to put it into a spec, but having the schema right there is actually pretty powerful. Having document for the agent that outlines the project structure. Yeah, okay, so this is important because every time you run Claude Code or any other AI model that's going to be a code generator for you, it needs to review the code project. But if you have a nice outline, then it only needs to review a little bit and it doesn't have to go reading through all your files, which is expensive and slow. And it might not get everything right. So this is actually okay. So this tells you the code project. And you don't have to write this. You don't have to write this spec yourself. You can have the AI do it for you. You can just say, hey, Claude, can you write this spec, a spec file for me based on this project repository? And then it will one time write that spec for you. So I would say this is a good recommendation, a very good recommendation. Ask the agent to perform code review on its own work is surprisingly fruitful. So that's actually kind of neat. So once the AI wrote the code and it's done, you can go back and say, hey, can you do a code review of this code? It doesn't necessarily know, especially if you start a new session, that the code was generated by itself. It can go back and it can make modifications. Things like, let's reduce the code, but maintain the same level of functionality. And finally, have a personal global agent guide